Hello from my bathroom, where most of this video is going to be filmed because I'm bringing you along for my ideal self-care evening, where I kind of do this once every 2 to 3 weeks. I'll just completely book out an entire evening for real rest and looking after myself. Like, I'll have a bath, look after my body, do lots of skincare, and yeah, just really take time to be really present. You know, like, I'll turn my phone off, no Netflix, none of that, just very much tuning back in. And I'm going to film it this time, so probably not as relaxing as the usual evenings I would do this, because obviously I'm filming, but I just wanted to share some of the little rituals I do and maybe inspire you to book out an evening in your calendar, even if it's once a month, where you just really treat yourself to a full evening of doing things that will fill up your cup. We've just had a really nice wholesome dinner. We're actually doing gusto at the minute, so it was one of those recipes, and it's just really easy because everything was in, didn't have to faff, had the recipe there, and it was done. So really good for these kind of evenings. And the next thing on my agenda is a bath, so I'm gonna get that running, but I thought I would talk you through some of the products that I really love using, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to grab another thing because I'm trying to get better at body care, because I feel like I'm really good at quite strict with my skincare routine, but then everything below the neck gets a little bit neglected, and I think most people are like this. But what I do on these evenings, which is, as I said, once every 2 weeks, is dry body brush. Sometimes I'll do this before a shower as well. I mean, the aim is to do it 2 times a week, but sometimes I do skip it. But when I do it, I really notice the benefits. This one's a really good one from Aromatherapy Associates, because all of the bristles are really nice and compact. So I just use this across my whole of my body and use sweeping motions towards the heart. And it just helps with things like drainage, but also obviously it's a really good exfoliator for the skin. So I do that before I get in the bath. I've just had to change the camera angle because I realised I was using the next product that I use as a tripod, which wasn't very helpful. This is Mirror Water Buff. I do use a lot of these Mirror Water products because they are just divine. This is the body exfoliator, and after I've used the dry body brush, I'll go straight in with this on dry skin, and just really work it into any areas of dryness, and across my whole body, to be honest. And then I get into the bath. So I allow this to kind of sink in a little bit first. And I always find with these kind of scrubs, they just work better on dry skin. I used to use them in water and it just didn't really do much, but yeah. So I apply this on dry skin after I've used the dry body brush, and the combination of these is just stunning. Like, my skin is so soft. And then in terms of what I actually put in the bath, I start off with these from Dr. Teal's. It's their pure Epsom salts. It's got a little bit of lavender in this, but I do it more for the Epsom salt just to kind of get that in the bath, and I'll put quite a bit of this in. After I've put in the pure Epsom salts, I top my bath off with these from Mirror Water. This is their soak bath salts. These are, like, I'm just gonna smell it. Honestly, I've never, there are no other products that I've tried that have a scent that is so grounding yet uplifting at the same time. Like, this almost feels like, to me, like I'm in a forest in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know, just the scent of this really allows me to romanticize my baths. I think if you've smelt this, you'll probably be able to relate, because there's just nothing that is so kind of earthy and comforting. I'm obsessed. I'm actually obsessed, and it really lingers. The smell of these doesn't just kind of disappear. It really lingers after you put them in the bath. I'm gonna run my bath now, take my face of makeup off, do a little bit of skincare, and then get in. just got out of the bath, which is why my face is red. But yeah, it was just really lovely to spend that time relaxing. It's just gone 8 and I'm going to be staying here for the rest of the evening. I've also just done some skincare. I applied this from Fortuna Skin. This skincare brand is really lovely. They actually sent this to me, but the oil is incredible. So I used that on my face. And now I'm actually going to do a bit of a meditation. So just taking the time to check in. I really like using these evenings as a moment to properly check in and reflect, and then set some intentions for the next couple of weeks and look at actually the bigger picture as well. I think sometimes day to day it can be really easy to get stuck into those little things that you're doing. And it's nice to kind of think about more broadly what it is that you are working towards, how you want to show up in the world. And something that's been helping with this is this little booklet, and I got this at the beginning of the year, and I basically just write in it what it is that I'm intending to do. So this book has basically become like my mini book of intentions, and I just write down everything that I want to do, everything that I want to feel, how I want to show up in the world, the things that I want to do for myself day to day. Like, this is basically like my life manual. It just kind of keeps me on track with what I'm intending to do, how I want to show up, and yeah, it's kind of separate from everything else because I've got my general journal, but I feel like, you know, sometimes things can get lost when you're just free writing or, you know, doing random reflections in here, where it's just nice to know that in this tiny little booklet I have everything that I need to look at in terms of like intentions, things like that. So I really recommend having something like this, just a small place where you write down how you want to show up, who you want to be, what that looks like for you in lots of detail, so that you can continually come back to it and just remind yourself that it's possible and that you are that person. So I'm going to do that, maybe add a couple of more bits in after I've done a little meditation. And then I'm also going to do a bit more of just like a general journaling, basically a bit of a brain dump to get everything out of here onto the page and just see how I'm feeling. I just find that that's a really nice way to get any thoughts that I may be overthinking about, anything I'm worried about, anything that's making me feel a bit anxious, a bit heavy. I can put it in here and kind of release it, and then come to this booklet and think about how I want to show up on the other side. So it's just a really nice journaling exercise to do, and also again thinking about what I'm grateful for. I know that that's a cliche journaling thing that people often say, but there's so many studies that show how it really does just make people feel more content, live fuller, more joyful lives. And I mean, you can't argue with that, can you? And I do notice the benefits of it. Like, I feel really good when I reflect on the things that I already have in my life that fill up my cup, make me feel good. So yeah, it's just nice to use these evenings to do that. And then after I've done that, I'm going to be reading my current book. I read this in the bath as well. This is Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason, and yeah, just really enjoying it. So I'm going to dedicate a little bit of time to doing that. And that is it. That is my evening. If you're trying to create a bit of an evening like this for yourself, I'd really recommend thinking about how you can romanticize it as much as possible. And a good way to do that is thinking about your senses. So this evening I've like dimmed the lights. I had a candlelit bath, and you know, I've lit a candle now. I'm thinking about the smell, so I've got a diffuser on. I have made a cup of tea so I can have a really nice relaxing drink. Just all these little things that you can do for yourself to just calm the nervous system, calm the senses, make you feel really safe and supported. And yeah, it's just a really nice way to take good care of yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you're new here, please subscribe. I create videos every single week. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.